I said that. That was weird. It's Joe with another tutorial. And can you guess why it's a tutorial this week? Yep, I ran out of time to make another cover again. And so the solution to that is to go for the low-hanging fruit, like the tutorials and stuff like that, and just teach you guys your requests for parts and how to do some of the things that I do in my more popular videos or whatnot. And so that's gonna happen tonight. And this one is from the most recent one. Now this wasn't wildly requested, but it doesn't matter, because if it's requested by someone, it'll get done eventually. Especially now with the amount of time that I lack, I will probably get around to most of the tutorial requests, because it's crazy right now with like work and like personal stuff like that. And so I got another tutorial, and I have to stop eating my words. We got another tutorial, and it's from the Maid Sama cover that I did last week, and it's the guitar part to Kokoro Yureteru. I need to say that with a Japanese accent. Kokoro Yureteru. I'm not trying that again. Okay, so here's the guitar part to that soundtrack piece from Maid Sama. Here we go. So it's literally 4 chords over and over again, and I think it's played through like around 10 times. I have my capo on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th fret. Very important, or the song's not going to happen, at least for the way I play it. Yeah, so make sure to put the capo on before you try playing it, or no matter how hard you try, it will not sound like what I played in the video. So here we go. The first chord is your standard C chord. There you go. The second chord is your standard A major chord. Now notice I didn't play the A chord like this. That's a very beginner style way of playing the A chord. I like to cover the 2nd fret all with 1 finger. So I'm making this finger do the job of these 3 fingers all in one go. So if normally you play the A major chord with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th finger all on the 2nd fret of D, G, and B strings specifically, instead of using 3 fingers, I use 1. I use my index finger and press on the 2nd fret of the D, G, and B strings all at the same time. Okay, saves me a lot of time to be able to do that. Next, the 3rd chord is your D minor chord. Standard D minor chord. Okay. And yeah, that none of the chords so far are weird. I mean, this is a standard C major chord. You can look up tabs for that. You know what? I'll be helpful right now. You mute the low E string. You have your 3rd fret on the 3rd fret of A. No, third finger on the 3rd fret of A. You have the 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. Your G string is open, and then your B string has your 1st finger on the 1st fret of B, on B string, and the high E string is open. Okay, only the G and the high E strings are open. And then And the A major chord, where we have open A, and then my first finger covers the second fret of the D, G, and the B strings. The D minor chord, where we have, we should mute low E and A. We have open D string. We have the second fret on the, we have the second finger on the second fret of G. We have the third finger on the third fret of B. And the first finger on the first fret of high E. And the fourth chord is the weird one. It's a weird bar chord. Similar to what we did with the standard A major chord, but instead we've got... Okay. So this would be... in standard tuning at least, it would be called a C-sharp major chord. This is not technically C-sharp, but it would have the C-sharp major shape in standard tuning. Currently not calling it standard tuning because of the capo, right? So the guitar does not sound like it's in standard tuning right now. So, not in standard tuning, but still a C-sharp major chord shape. So you have the first fret on the first finger. I keep confusing frets and fingers. You have the first finger on the fourth fret of A, and your third finger on the sixth fret of D, G, and B. So we have 4 notes, and that's that. That's the fourth chord. C-sharp major chord shape. Not as standard as the first 3 chords that I showed you earlier. This chord is probably the hardest to play of the 4. It's especially awkward to play if you're not used to barring your third finger like that. I had to practice it a bunch before doing the recording of the song last week, because it was a particularly difficult chord to play. Okay, so again, the 4 chords are C major, standard. Excuse me. And then A major, D minor, the only minor chord in the whole progression, and C sharp major. And you loop those 10 times in a row. After the end of the 10th time, you go back to your C major chord and arpeggiate and end the song. After the 10th time. Okay, now, it's in 6/8. If you do not know what that means, basically you have to count to 6 in your head, and that will give you the way you need to be counting out the number of beats per measure as you play. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last one was kind of a mistake, but that's the idea. So, for the C major chord, I'll pluck A string, D, G, B, G, D. Same for the A major chord. A, D, G, B, G, D. For the D minor chord, it's D, G, B, high E, B, G string. And then for the C sharp major chord, it's the same as C major and the A major plucking patterns. You go A, D, G, B, G, B. That's how you loop the chords. This is the slow version, obviously. The speed that I play my cover at is quite a bit faster than this, but try playing along to this as you're practicing. So, A, D, G, B, G, D, A, D, G, B, G, D, D, G, B, high E, B, G, A, D, G, B, G, D, repeat. Okay. I hope you guys realize I was naming the string names. I wasn't just mouthing out random letters. I was naming the name of each string while plucking them. And yeah, that's the chord progression, really. At speed, it would be... And it takes a lot of concentration to do it, actually. Yeah, it's actually not easy to play. I have to, like, really focus in order to make it sound fairly clean. But there you go. Let me play it along with the track and conclude the video from there and give you some final thoughts. Here we go. Cool. Now, obviously, I arpeggiated that slightly different towards the ending, but that's the idea. I may have flubbed just a couple notes in that playthrough, but that is the idea of it, and that is the basic purpose of this video, is to give you an idea of how I did it when I played it last week. Obviously, last week I played it fairly perfectly. Today, I just wanted to be able to play it for you almost fairly perfectly too, as part of the playthrough for the piece, and to give you an idea of how I played it last week. But there you have it. Kokoro Yureteru. I'm gonna work on my Japanese accent. There's the tutorial. Thank you for watching. I might regret this. I will make an anime cover next week. There you go, I said it. And you can chastise me and crucify me if I don't. But yeah. I'll try to make an anime cover next week. Trying to get through all the other requests made on my channel for anime covers. I know that you guys appreciate it and watch them when they do come out. And I really, really am humbled that you guys care about my covers. And so, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for the patience with the covers. If you are someone who doesn't really care for the tutorials and cares more about how I play my anime covers, thank you for your patience. Please stick around. And for the new viewers, hello! My name is Joe Valdez. I am a music teacher currently based in San Jose, California, and I play violin, guitar, and if you look back in the channel, you will actually start to realize I can play drums too. Between those three, I actually have a hard time picking which ones I really like. I kind of like all three of those instruments equally. And I love anime. Okay, that might actually be a little bit hyperbole. I don't like all anime. But the anime that I do like, I really think that they are cream of the crop and so much better than anything that Hollywood has ever come out with. I don't think that Hollywood has ever come out with anything that is better than Kimi no Na wa, A Silent Voice, and Attack on Titan. Fight me. Okay, thank you for watching. Mwah. Oops, hit my guitar. Thank you. Bye-bye. And to the one who requested this tutorial, thank you. I hope this helped you play the guitar part. And have a great weekend, guys. Love you. God bless. Bye.